What's up, everybody? I hope you're doing good. It's a beautiful day. Thank you very much for stopping by. You are very much appreciated. I see you watching us from South Africa. Siyabonga kakhulu. Thank you very much from Zimbabwe, Namibia, Somalia, Ethiopia. We see you. Rwanda, thank you so much. Burundi, Uganda, Kenya, Tanzania, Ghana, Jamaica. We see you from the UK. We see you from the United States. We are one big family. Thank you very much. We salute you from Haiti. I know some people from Haiti watching us. Thank you. Today, we're talking about Haiti, indeed, the Caribbeans. First of all, I just want to remind you that we are the same people. Oof, I'm out of breath. It's very hot out here. Crazy. I'm sweating. But it's for you. It's for us, for our community. First of all, this is your first time. Please feel free. Join us. Click on subscribe button so we can see each other much further or more often if you prefer. And again, before we start our video, let's all do this, please. Okay, let's do this. Great. So we can push our video further. Great. Most of our people can see it. And I want you guys to communicate. I really want you to speak. I want you to write, make a comment, because it's not about me speaking to you. It's about us learning and sharing together information that we're getting. So this is happening in Haiti. We all know Haiti has been going through several situations that are really horrendous, not nice situation. Basically, our message today is Kenya is sending police force to Haiti in order to bring peace.
We'll also be training the Haiti police so that they can have their numbers, so that we finish our mission, we come back, we leave them with a stable country.
But Haitians are not happy with that. Okay, Kenya is sending troops to Haiti to go bring calm in the country, supposedly. Haitians are not happy with that. So we're going to try to dive into that and understand why. What's happening? What's going on here? Haiti has gone through some very difficult situations for the past couple of decades, not years, if we want to talk about years. Yeah. Haiti was the first African country to liberate itself, actually. Okay? If you don't know that, now you know. Haiti was the first black country in the world to free itself from slavery, of colonialism. Okay? Haitians are basically Africans taken from Africa by force, taken to the small island in Southern America, if you want, or mid-America. They were taken by force by Europeans to go and work by force. Okay, labor, you know how it is. Many lost their lives, many suffered. It was a very, very difficult moment, very difficult period for those people, our brothers. Okay, then it came a time where they could not accept the humiliation anymore because they were colonized by the French. Yeah, in Haiti, Haitians were colonized by the French. So the French were the Bazungus. Bazungus were the powerful people. They had the money. They were the slave owners. While Haitians were just the workers. They were nobodies. They were considered as animals. Absolutely. So it came a time when Haitians were just over it. They had enough of it. They organized themselves to fight against the French. Even though they had no weapons, okay, they stood up very strong to fight against the French. They beat the French. Yes. The Haitians, after doing a prayer, praying to the God of Africans, beat the Europeans in Haiti. They European regrouped, trying to come back, but Haitian beat them again. So what happened next was the French people cooperated with America and many other European countries to sanction Haiti. That was in the 18s, okay, 1804 already. That was a long time ago before any African country dared do anything against Europeans. The Haitians were already strong enough to resist and beat the French. So the French came with the help of other European countries. They came trying to intimidate Haiti. So you're either going to surrender or we're going to bombard and destroy you, finish everything. The Haitians said, you know what, we're ready to do this. But then they say, you know what, if you want peace, you're going to have to be indebted to us. These are the French people speaking. Haiti is going to have to be indebted to the French, meaning have to pay money, basically money to the enslavers who have lost properties. Do you understand what I'm saying here? I mean, we have lost our properties. Our properties are slaves. So because we have lost our slaves and all the things that we had on the islands, you are forced to pay us a certain amount of money, a tremendous amount of money. So that's big debt we were supposed to pay by Haiti to the French. And unfortunately, Haiti did not have the money to do that. Because they didn't have the money to do that, they were encouraged to ask for help from a French bank to pay the French people. So you owe money to the French people. You're asking for help from the French people to pay the French people. So that double debt. Okay, so that's happened for many years, and it's only recently that Haiti was actually able to pay the debt. Now, let me get back to the point. Haiti is this country that has fought very hard against colonialism. First African countries, or first black countries in the world to fight against Europeans and win. So what's the goal there? If the Europeans see you as an African, whatever, black nation fighting and liberating itself, the goal was to send a clear message to the world. Do not dare to do this. So what happened was they sanctioned Haiti. Haiti couldn't cooperate, couldn't exchange, couldn't export, couldn't import, couldn't do anything. So they subdued the country in a way that they made them suffer and also serve as a lesson to any other country that would dare challenge the Europeans. That was the goal. And the country has gone through so many difficulties for years and years and years. Could not do good, could not move forward because of these sanctions. Horrendous sanction, heavy sanction on the shoulders of the people. So now we have a situation where after that, the country had been run by a group of families. Okay, there are specific group of families that run the country, that they run the economy. Okay, so there are many African-looking people in Haiti, or many African descendants in Haiti, but only less than 1% are not actually like you and I. Okay, they are not necessarily descendants of the Europeans who stayed there, who enslaved the Haitians. Some of these people are actually Palestinians, Syrians. Some of those people that you don't name them, in that side of the world, they rule the country. They control the economy of the country. So the economy of the country, coming from Coca-Cola, electricity, water supply, petroleum, everything, food, is run by a group of families. Some people talk about 6 families. Okay, some people talk about 12 families run the economy of a country of over 19 million people. And the crisis created in Haiti is on purpose in order for them to stay in power. Let me put it this way for you. There's a country in Africa, I'm not going to name it. It has a serious problem with electricity right now. Okay, so the power plant cannot supply enough electricity for everybody. So what happens with that? Instead of the government supplying enough money to resolve the problem of electricity, they have created sub-companies. Okay, these are sub-companies. They can just come and fix and patch a little problem on this side of the city, fix and patch a problem on this side of the city, and the electricity goes down again. When it goes down, they send some companies to go and fix and patch. So what they create is a continuous crisis where they're making millions of dollars, millions of money because of the crisis. They don't want the crisis to end. I'll give you another example. There's another country that I know where the road is cribbled by potholes. There's holes on the road. You cannot drive appropriately. Now, instead of fixing the road appropriately, what have they done? They don't fix the road. They don't maintain the road. They just come and put a little bit of sand and a little bit of color. Okay? What happens next? After a week or two, the pothole is back. They get another tender. They get another offer for money to come and fix the road. Yeah, that's the reality of it. So now, these people who run the country in Haiti are controlling the economy of the country. Let me put it this way for you. Haiti, again, a while back, went through some very difficult time. There was an earthquake. I don't know if you remember at that time. Many, many people lost their life in Haiti. Very, very, very sad situation. And, Americans and Europeans went online and they asked for donation from people. Please help people from Haiti. Please send money. Please send clothes. Please, whatever, send money. They collected billions of dollars for Haitians to come and reconstruct the country, supposedly. That was the goal. We need money to help these people from the islands. People gave money, a lot of money. They never reconstructed the country. They built a couple of houses and that's it. Yeah. They ate the money, like we say in Africa. They ate the money. Sad situation. Later on, because Haitians were angry, not happy with that, the people rose. They sent military. The United Nations sent soldiers to go and bring peace. Haitians were not happy. The United Nations sent soldiers to bring peace in Haiti. When the United Nations sent soldiers, those soldiers went to Haiti. You know what they did? They had a camp right next to a river, and this river supplies water to the people of Haiti, water for drinking, water for showering. These United Nations people defecated in the water. Yes, they defecated, they shat in the water, and this water was contaminated, and there was a surge of cholera, and a lot of people. Yeah, they did not take accountability for that. And just remember, United Nations people are exempt from any trial. So they are immune from any justice accountability. And these people did a lot of negative things, from taking young girls, from doing incredible things, from taking out people. It was really, really sad situation. And now gangs started to rise all over the country. Gangs trying to find their own ways of survival. The country is manipulated. The president has changed. They are, if they want to put a puppet, they will put a puppet. And if the puppets start working for the people, they take him out. Now, Americans tried a few times to go to Haiti and bring peace. They sent their soldiers twice already in the past. And this time around, they want to send soldiers again. But they cannot send Americans because it just sounds bad that America always sends soldiers to go to other people's country. And at the end of it, it doesn't necessarily look good. I mean, look at Iraq. Iraq was a beautiful country until some people went there. It's not a nice place anymore. Look at Afghanistan. Same story. Look at Syria. Not a nice story. So in order to try to change the situation, let's rather get some black people to go and resolve black people issue. How about that? Yes. That's the situation. Now, the US is pledging $100 million on Friday to support the proposed Kenyan-led multinational force to restore security to conflict-ravaged Haiti. They pledged $100 million. So the $100 million obviously will serve the Kenyans who's going to leave, the goal is to leave Kenya and go to Haiti and bring peace. What kind of peace is that? The peace the Haitian people need is economic. Haitian people don't want Kenyans there. Haitian people don't want Kenyans in Haiti because they understand the manipulation. I don't know if President Ruto understands this, but is it the money or is it misunderstanding? I don't know. You're going to tell me. Haitian people don't want Kenyans in their land. They want their own freedom. They want to free themselves. They don't want anybody else's involvement. This is a free country, a sovereign country. They don't want you to come and resolve the issues, especially if in the past you've done just bad and negative things. It's like the United Nations trying to find let's find somebody that looks nice. So if drama happens in Haiti, you won't say it's America. It was the Kenyans. Haitian says don't come. Don't come. And I think it's necessary that we understand. $100 million to support this pledge of people going to Haiti and trying to bring peace. Why don't you give that money to the Haitian people so they can build their country? $100 million will do a lot of things for Haitians. A lot of things, trust me. They need the money. They need infrastructure. They need things to function. $100 million will do a lot of good things for them. So this is it basically, fellas. Okay? This country needs support. This country needs African and all the people of African descent to understand what's happening. They have fought very hard since dawn of time, and they've gone through some big manipulation. We also know that Haiti's got some minerals that are really looked for. They want some special minerals that you can only find in Haiti, and that is one of the reasons why these people are fighting. Do you think America will pledge $100 million for free? Do you really think that? Okay, there are people that obviously these business people who are not African descent, 12 family or 6 families, whatever, run the country. Do you think America is going to give $100 million for free, for nothing? There is something in Haiti that's very special. What is that they're looking for? That's the big question. What are they fighting so hard about this country instead of liberating it and giving it freedom? Thank you very much, fellas. It's always a great pleasure. If you are from Haiti, just know we love you. I love you personally, okay? We are the same people. I mean, if you look at the faces of these people, they look just like some of us. We are the same people. So I believe we need to support each other, and it's very necessary. Let me know how you feel about this. It's always a great pleasure to hear from you. How do you feel about it? If you're from Haiti, please clarify. Give us more facts, more stuff that we need to understand. God bless.